Hello, everybody. A little late night blog tonight. This is Saturday night, June 26, 2010. I'm going to do a little analysis on our tropical storm Alex that is currently making landfall in Belize. It's making landfall as a strong tropical storm, about 65 miles an hour. Current pressure was, this was as of 8 p.m., was 996 millibars. Position at that time was 17.4 north, 88.1 west. It was moving west at about 12 miles an hour. You could see on the satellite view right before landfall, nice, beautiful CDO developed. This thing was close to getting to becoming a hurricane, and I really thought it had a chance yesterday that it would, and it really did come close. I'll show you what interestingly happened today, why it kind of got pushed west and kind of moved a little quicker. If this probably stayed over the water another 4 or 5 hours, we would have had our first hurricane. It was that close. But now it's going to make its move across the Yucatan and begin to weaken and wind down. And we'll see I'll show you what the official National Hurricane Center forecast has it doing as it crosses the Yucatan. And this was the official National Hurricane Track as of 8 p.m. You can see they have it weakening down into a depression as it moves across the Yucatan. It's going to take about 24 hours. That's the general rule. Once a system gets across, this is a pretty big system, so it's not going to die over the Yucatan by any means. But it usually takes a good 24 hours or so to regenerate. So usually, probably by Monday afternoon, we'll start seeing this get up back to a tropical storm, and then the official forecast has it strengthening into a hurricane by Tuesday in the southern Gulf of Mexico. The official track, this was as of 8 p.m., has it as landfalling as a hurricane Wednesday afternoon near Tampico, Mexico. Now this is the official track, and I'm going to give you some of my thoughts here in a minute. And here is I wanted to show you this map of the heat potential here in the Gulf of Mexico. This shows you how strong a system could get. Of course, the darker reds and oranges have greater heat potential, and then of course the blue and dark blue is less. So as you can see, if this takes more of a track this way, say it maintains more of a west to west northwest track like this, little less heat potential to work with. Probably won't strengthen more to probably about a Category 1 hurricane. If it can get off here and come more up towards this way, take a more northerly turn, you see it has a little more heat potential to work with. Could see up to a Category 2 hurricane if this kind of track takes. So that's going to be the difference here, whether it goes a little more south or a little more north. There's greater heat potential up in this area for Alex to work with. Quickly, just wanted to show you the water vapor in the Gulf, and you could see the beautiful expanse of outflow with Alex. Just a well-developed system. Like I said, easily could have became a hurricane if it stayed over the water long enough today. So this by no means is going to die over the Yucatan. It's still going to keep moving along here, looking really, really healthy. So just a quick thought on why it did move more west today and picked up speed. You can see the upper level high, which is right over here. It was to the west of Alex all day yesterday. Today, Alex moved west, upper high moved a little north. That kind of gave it a little shove to the west today, picked up a little forward speed, and actually shoved it west. Instead of moving more west, northwest, or northwest, it shoved it more west, and that was the movement you saw today. So could be just a temporary movement west. We'll see how long that lasts. The longer it moves west, the more land it's going to go over, and the weaker it'll be once it gets into the southern Gulf of Mexico. So it'll be interesting to see if it can resume its west-northwest motion and get back into the Gulf of Mexico quicker. But that's the reason why that happened today. Now I'm going to quickly run through the models. This was as of 18Z. Some of the models still mainly on that west-northwest motion towards the central Mexico coast. Not many going north. Now that is shifting a little bit. I'll show you some 18Z models that have shifted a little north. And in a couple 112Z model, the Canadian, that actually shifted up towards Texas too today. So they're not all agreement's pretty good. Is it totally good? No. Is it ever though, right? I'm still confident about a more west-northwest track, but I still can't take Texas out of the equation. I would love to for you folks in Texas, but still really can't yet, and I'll show you why. I mean, I'm still pretty confident on Mexico, but I'll show you why we really can't take them out of the equation just yet. And here's some of the intensity models as of 18Z. I'll post a new 0Z model updates in my blog. They'll be out graphically shortly here, but you can see a lot of them taking our system close into that, near that Category 1 range before landfall. And I just looked at the latest ships of 0Z, and they also take it to a Category 1 at landfall. So more than likely, we'll definitely see our first hurricane in the southern Gulf of Mexico this week. No doubt about that. Okay, let's run through the models real quickly. This is the Canadian model from 12Z. Model that's been performing really good, performed really good last year. And you could see it taking into central Texas coast as a hurricane, making that move as the trough kind of dips down. What's going to happen is this is going to come off, going to slow down a little bit as the upper high moves east, waits for the trough, and then it's going to make up its mind. Will high pressure build back in? That's why you see a lot of the models bending this back towards the west and close it off, or will it sneak up here a little bit with the trough? This is the Canadian model. And here's the latest 18Z GFDL. Again, I don't put as much stuff into the 18Zs, the 6Zs and the 18Zs. I'm more of a 0Z, 12Z man. I don't put much faith in the 18Z models, but you saw the GFDL shift back to the north on this run. I mean, the GFDL, as you remember, we saw the GFDL have it going all the way to Florida about a couple days ago. It's been flip-flopping all over the place. Can't hold much water with this model right now, but it does take a Category 2, Category 3 system up towards Texas. Something we don't want to see, but it's out there. So I just wanted to show you that. And that's 18Z. We'll have to see what the 0Z runs do. Here's the HWRF, again, consistently bringing it west towards Tampico, and that hasn't changed much with this model. This was as of 18Z. And here was another little shift north with the GFS model. You know, it's been consistently west with this system, and now it's shifted. This is, again, 18Z. Again, I don't hold as much water with 18Z, but it's out there. We'll have to see what 0Z does, but it kind of brings it up towards the Texas coast. So got a little bit of shift late this afternoon with the models. They're all not shifting that way. Still right now, still have to look for the Mexican coast getting the brunt of Alex, but totally can't take Texas out of the equation yet. Not yet. And again, we'll know more once this gets off the Yucatan to see what kind of system we have and how strong it is, and what we have, what's going to be intact after that, and that'll let us know exactly where it's going to go. So still, Texas is still in the game. I'm still more confident. If I had to put, I'd put 80% Mexico, 20% Texas right now, if you wanted to give me a percentage this far out. But that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. And again, here's the analysis of the pattern. You've seen this strong high. Had this high pressure system parked over us most of this early summer. Relentless heat here in the southeast. And this is what's kind of brought Alex on this west-northwest motion into Belize and the Yucatan. We have the trough that's going to come down this way, and we'll see who's going to win out here. Again, it's going to come off the Yucatan, probably slow down a little bit as it waits for the trough to come down. Then what does it do? Does it lift a little northwest with the trough, or does the trough come by, see you later, high pressure builds back in, boom, off to the west? That's the two scenarios right now. So again, Louisiana on eastward, done. It's not coming up this way. Texas, still in play. I mean, really, anywhere from the whole coast of Texas is still really in play with this. So it's got to be watchful. Again, you live in Texas right now. You should be prepared for the season. Just kind of let's watch this thing, see what happens the next 24 hours. Once it gets off into the by tomorrow evening, this should emerge back in the southern Gulf of Mexico, and then let's see where the models go from there. 0Z model runs tonight will be very interesting to watch. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good night.